Planting in southeast Michigan is at a standstill thanks to cool, wet weather.
It was one of the coldest Aprils ever down here in southeast Michigan, and then it went right into one of the wettest Mays ever on record.
The deadline to sign up for the Margin Protection Program for dairy is nearing, and Michigan Agricultural Commodities' Chris Betz will have a look at market activity. I'm Janelle Brose, and this is Farm News 5.
Farm News 5 is brought to you by Ford.
It's been a spring planting season like no other in southeast Michigan.
Welcome to Monroe County, the swamp of Michigan. It has been raining for the month of May, 10 out of the last 15 days. And if you take our rainfall here just in this area here, we're at 5.5 inches for the month of May, and it's only the 15th. If you go back to the April 1st of this year, we're at 9 inches, and people even South County are 9 inches for rain.
Here in Monroe and Lenawee County, we figure we're at between 5 to maybe 10% planted in spots. In Lenawee County, Monroe County, even less. Our concern is at this point, growers are going to start to change acres around, or they're going to take what we call a preventative plant payment. Where in corn, you can get paid 55% of your guarantee. In soybeans, you can get 60% of your guarantee for not planting the crop. So we're thinking right now we're not at a critical point for that, but as we move forward, if we continue to stay wet, we could see some of those preventative plant claims come in on a large scale.
As of May 13th, 34% of the state's corn, 18% of the state's soybeans, and 92% of the state's sugar beets were planted. Time is running out for dairy producers to sign up for the Margin Protection Program. The program protects dairy producers by paying them when the difference between the national all milk price and the national average feed cost falls below a certain dollar amount elected by the producer.
The Margin Protection Program for dairy producers was introduced in the 2014 Farm Bill. The last couple of years there had been some dissatisfaction because some, kind of the market situation was a little bit different than what was anticipated when they designed this program. So as part of the Budget Reconciliation Act of 2018, they made some significant changes to the Margin Protection Program and allowed people to sign up now, retroactive to January. I mean, the program itself is different because the premiums are lower and so the potential benefits are higher. Also, it's retroactive, and in the past you were signing up ahead of time.
Wolf urges producers to utilize the online calculator to determine whether or not the program will benefit them.
The online calculator every day takes the milk futures and options and the corn and soybean futures and options and forecasts a probabilistic expected margin of milk price minus feed cost, and then from that forecast what the potential payments are here. And every day at midnight, every trading day, this calculator gets updated and gives you, so you can look at historical levels, and you can also look at the probabilistic forecasts of past years to see how accurate it's been. But then we can also look out through the rest of 2018, and even if you want to into 2019, although we don't know what will be happening with the program at that point in time, because right now we're just looking at a 1 year.
Even when great care is taken, accidents happen. For tips on what to do if your farm equipment is in a motor accident, consult Foster Swift's Farm Equipment Accident Reference Sheet.
Wedding bells and cowbells could still go hand in hand under legislation introduced in Lansing. The bill, sponsored by State Representative Tom Barrett, would prevent local governments from passing an ordinance to ban a farmer from using their property to host weddings or other events. Some townships have moved to do just that. The bill, backed by Michigan Farm Bureau policy, is designed to support agritourism and family farms. It's awaiting a hearing before the House Agriculture Committee. With a look at the latest market activity, here is Michigan Agricultural Commodities' Chris Betz.
Thanks, Janelle. Soybeans slid towards some trouble technically this week, which could encourage chart-based selling. Fundamentally, U.S. planting is progressing ahead of schedule at 35% as of May 13th versus 26% on the 5-year average. The collapse of the Brazilian real and Argentina peso has helped export competitiveness there. This, along with a blurry outlook for Chinese demand for U.S. beans, will not encourage bullishness. Corn was weighed by soybeans along with largely favorable U.S. weather for planting progress, which the USDA pegged at 62% nationally in Monday afternoon's report. This is in line with the 5-year average progress. Funds are maintaining a large net long position in corn and will be looking for technical confirmation of a downturn. Chicago wheat found some support this week from higher Kansas City futures, as well as some hints of adverse weather for crop development abroad. However, gains will be capped by large world stocks, as well as a strengthening U.S. dollar, which hurts U.S. exports. For more market information, go to michag.com. With Michigan Agricultural Commodities, I'm Chris Betz.
For more news and video, visit MichiganFarmNews.com and the Michigan Farm Bureau channel on YouTube. With Farm News 5, I'm Janelle Brose. Have a great week of farming.